Crab boy. And when he got there, he say, "Hey, yo, X, is there any way that you can start calling it a seafood boil?"
Yeah. Hey, man, as soon as you said Trey D, I'm like, yeah, Trey D is not going to know that kind of boil.
Hey, it's kind of disrespectful. Yeah. You keep calling it crab boil.
He was like, man, I just got boil. They're like, just give me boil there, man.
Just X, call it a seafood boil, guys.
Hey, X.
What is up, YouTube? It's Jay Coffee back with another one. Hit them buttons, man. Xzibit is just a dope rapper, and it's crazy these days. As times passed on and he's less active in the rap game, or maybe he's not. I feel like he still continue to drop some music here and there, and he's got a lot of business ventures and things like that going on. It's just wild when you say Xzibit's name. A lot of people, who weren't really digging into all the good music coming out right back then, they think of Pimp My Ride. And don't get me wrong, man. Pimp My Ride was all right. It was a cool show or whatever. It got a little played out to me eventually. Y'all let me know what you guys think. And he did some other acting and stuff like that as well. But it's like Xzibit was not only just and still is a dope rapper, but he had a wild journey through hip hop. And it's like, yo, come on, man. Pimp My Ride that's the least I think of when I think of Xzibit is a fan of hip hop, and we're gonna cover that in this video. His whole journey, not his whole journey, but just some things I wanted to highlight and speak about. He just did this dope interview, man. But everything from the album with Paparazzi, I didn't even know, was it Pac or one of the Outlaws diss X over that? I had no clue till more recently. That was something I didn't know about. He kind of had Tupac beef in a sense, man. Pac was dissing a lot of cats back in the day. But the 40 days, 40 nights, what you see is what you get. Now, y'all remember that video? He took it on another level and got a porn star director to direct his What You See Is What You Get Now video. Ain't that wild? Dope video, dope concept. Remember, he steps out the house to get some milk and a bunch of ish goes down. But we're going to cover a lot more about his journey through hip hop, how he was a part of some real major ish and all that. But that first clip there, man, just that's wild, right? He was talking about Trey D, was like, yo, you don't call it that, as he was talking about. We'll call it, because I don't want to disrespect any Crips or the Lokes out there, right? He was talking about, call it a seafood boil. Leave it at that, right? And sounds like Trey D, like X to the Z's laughing, but at the same time, sound like Trey D was serious. Trey D over the years has he did that bit and he's home chilling now and everything, but over the years, Trey D has a reputation of a lot of these stories circulating around in the hip hop world, in the blogosphere, from the Death Row era and all kinds of ish, as not turning down nothing, right? They said he was at one point on a stage fighting a whole bunch of Death Row dudes, goons or whatever, So I don't know, that was just kind of wild to hear that, like, Trey D kind of checked him, like, yo, in a nice way, watch your mouth, X to the Z. But yeah, let's continue on.
I have to tell people where I've been, where I'm from, and where I'm going.
I heard that, man. Getting back to when we say just the accolades and the things that you've done in the business, man, can you look back at, like, the tours and look at something like, what was the DVD that was put together?
Oh, the Restless DVD?
No, not the Restless, with the tour with Q. What was the title? Man, why am I slipping the title? Up in Smoke.
Yeah.
Can you watch Up in Smoke and remember what that felt like?
Absolutely.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean,
and you got to think, man, that's Dr. Dre. Mm-hmm. That's Eminem. Yeah. West Side Connection, which is Ice Cube, Mac 10, Dub C. Yeah. It's Xzibit, it's Warren, it's Daz, it's Snoop. And man, that's like
Proof was on that tour.
Rest in peace.
Yeah,
that's
Nate Dogg,
rest in peace. That's a super tour.
Yeah.
What did that fit? Did you know that you were making history every time you got on the bus, the stage, the plane, the hotel?
Yes.
Did you know I'll probably never feel this again?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Explain that to me.
Dre's only put out 2 records.
Oh, shit.
Dre's only put out The Chronic, and he's put out 2001. The Compton was a compilation for the film, but he's as an artist, he's only put out 2 records and created this dynasty of music. So to be involved in 2001 and go out with the rest of the guys and be scheduled and, you know, see how the machine runs, like, yeah, you knew you were part of something big.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Look, there's this famous thing that all the artists that work with Dre, when we, you don't know you're on the album till you see the back of it.
I heard that, man. Like, there's people that be like, man, like, yeah, I did a song with Dre, like,
yeah, no, you didn't.
No, you didn't.
Yeah.
Dre's working on my album. No.
You only know you're on it when you see the credits.
Right.
Because, you know, it was dope to be able to be part of that recording process and learn a lot. But when you get called to go and, okay, good, we need you for rehearsals and this, that's a different feel.
So how about that, man? Rate going into 2000, a huge tour. Maybe is it still the biggest hip hop tour ever? I believe so. When you heard the legends and just the talent on that tour, West Side Connection, R.I.P. Nate Dogg, Warren G, Eminem, Proof, R.I.P. Proof. Of course, Dre, Snoop, the list goes on and on. Amazing lineup. Comment if you happen to attend an Up in Smoke tour date. No cap, J Coffee Talk was supposed to go. One of the bros, a friend of mine and a female friend got tickets, and they pitched in together to get Coffee a ticket, and I ended up in a damn facility growing up, man. Like, got in some bull-ish trouble and missed the Up in Smoke tour, but it was an epic tour, and it was just wow. Like I said, you know, comment, guys, your favorite Xzibit. If you went to the Up in Smoke tour, if you own the DVD, you know, there's a lot of great footage out there and all that, but, you know, amazing tour nonetheless. There'll never be nothing like it, but it's just at that point in Xzibit's career, right? He had that first album with Paparazzi, then he had the 40 Days, 40 Nights, and then it's like, wow, because he started having a close working relationship with Dre through tapping in with Snoop and Eminem. You know, he did with Snoop Bitch Please and Bitch Please 2, which was on, you know, was originally a Snoop track. Then part 2 was an Eminem track. And, you know, through Snoop, he got around Dre. And also via his relationship with Eminem, they had a lot of dope collabs together. And him and M had the same manager, Paul Rosenberg. And him and M did the Bitch Please 2. They did You Don't Know Me off Xzibit's Restless album, originally supposed to be titled the Restless LP. We'll get to that in a second. They had another track later on called Say My Name, where he was dissing. It was when they was beefing with Jermaine Dupri and Cannabis. I forget who else they were dissing on that. And that's a really hard, underrated diss. And when I play it, a lot of people are like, damn, when was this from? They got another collab together we're going to get to in a little bit. But, you know, it's just wow, right? He also early on was working with the Liquid crew, the Alcoholics, all that. But 2000 is when it really came full circle and went to the next level. Through working with Snoop, working with M, he ends up getting heavily, you know, affiliated with Dr. Dre in the lab with him all the time. And he was never signed to Aftermath. I think he was signed. I know he was signed to Loud Records, but I don't know where he went after Loud fell apart or went under. And real quick, we got to say, man, Loud Records, one of the dopest hip hop labels of all time. Real talk, in my opinion. A lot of great talent, semi-underground / mainstream acts and all that. But managed by Eminem's manager, never signed to Dre's label, never signed to M's label. He gets a whole project executive produced by Dr. Dre that was Restless. So think about all that momentum after navigating through his career right around 2000, Up in Smoke tour. Whole album executive produced by Dr. Dre, and another track that he collabed with Eminem on, and you know, Dre and everything. we're gonna get to right now. But man, what a time that was in that era. Comment if y'all remember that era.
Hey man, did you know when you did What's the Difference?
Oh, I knew that was it.
Yeah.
Boy.
You're like, man, wait till they
Boy, I changed my phone number.
Yeah, you was like, this definitely going on. I ain't got to flip no album cover or nothing over for this. Man, that right there, What's the Difference is one of those songs too, man, where, man, God forbid, if you know, God willing and forbid, that's one of them, they can still roll you out in a wheelchair at 80, and that song will come on, and it's an anthem, bro.
Yes.
It's an anthem.
Yes.
How does that go down? Who records first?
Actually, that song was already done.
Okay.
It was Dre, Hitman, and M on the record.
Damn.
Hitman was on a lot of songs on 2001. So he was like, I wanna give a spot to X. You know what I'm saying?
Who said that?
Dre.
So he pulls Hitman off.
He pulled Hitman off and asked me if I wanted to take a shot at the verse. It wasn't guaranteed. He was like, you want to take a shot at this? So I did the my verse on there.
And how did your verse start off?
I'm the head nigga in charge of watching you move. You found dead in your garage. 10 o'clock news coverage. No, that was Bitch Please too.
Yeah, you don't even know your song.
Yeah.
What, you got a catalog?
Wait. I gotta hear the beat. Then it's automatic.
Why you trying to perpetrate and play with it? Never knew it.
Oh yeah, there it is. Yeah. Well, you wrote it, so.
You know what I'm saying?
I stay with it. Why you trying to perpetrate and play with it? Never knew about the next level until Dre did it. Stay committed while you motherfuckers babysit it. Yeah.
Hey man, so is that the verse that you laid?
Yes.
Did you know when you laid that verse, when he said you want to try and give it a shot, did you know there's no way you could take me off of this?
No, I didn't know that. I spit it to him in the room first, and he's like, all right, that's it. Go ahead.
Right.
And then once
you
it was
still
done,
don't know though.
You don't know.
Right.
You don't know until it's rocking. But he said, yeah, I'm rolling with that. It's making it.
So had you heard Dre's verse, and then you in the pocket, and then Eminem, had you heard Eminem's verse before you went to go write yours?
No, he didn't play the verses. He just played the beat.
Oh, so you just was like, I'm in competition with myself.
Yeah.
I got to make sure that I come right.
Correct.
Not by what Dre doing, not by what Eminem's doing.
No, I think the hook was on there.
Yeah. But the hook didn't give nothing away.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So when you know that one's gone, you like, oh, this is it.
That's it. When I got the call to pack my bags, like, we out.
Yeah.
So y'all heard that. What's the difference between me and you? About 5 bank accounts, 3 houses, and 2 vehicles. Until my death out Bangladesh. Remember that? That was hard. And 2001, you heard him. Dre only really ever put out 2 full projects. Hitman taking off that record, which Hitman, man, what a fucked up story that is. You know, like Dre at times has worked with different artists like Bishop Lamont, Hitman. Hell, he had Rakim signed to Aftermath at one time. That project never came out, but Hitman seemed like he was the next big thing for sure that was going to jump off of Aftermath, and it just didn't come to fruition. He was even featured at the end of the Forgot About Dre video where he spit a verse, but he was on like half of that project. But on What's the Difference, amazing banger of a track, he said, let me pull Hitman off here, and you heard what Xzibit said. He just spit a verse for Dre. He got on there, and that's some hip-hop history in my opinion. So, what a dope rundown there from X to the Z, and in my opinion, a trip down memory lane. Apparently he's got a new project coming out soon, and Dre is actually involved in it and working on it with him here in 2023, which is lit, but that was like just such a dope time right around that era, 2000 to what? 2003, 4, around that time frame when, Xzibit was in the lab with Dre all the time, working with M, working with Snoop, working with that whole camp. And then it's wild, things kind of slowed down for Xzibit, I guess we could say. And nowadays, when people say X's name, they talk about Pimp My Ride. Come on, man, he's so much more than that, you know. But comment, you know, let me know what you guys think about that story, the Up in Smoke tour, Xzibit's career as a whole. You know, I kind of skipped over some things. Honestly, I'm just jumping around, reacting to this dope interview, and it's dope, you know, to hear Xzibit got some new music coming out, back working with Dre. Hell, that'd be lit if we could see a Xzibit Eminem collab in 2023. Hell, a Snoop collab. You know, get the whole click back active back together. You know, there was talks that at some point Xzibit and Eminem fell out. I don't know. There was a song called Napalm where there were some bars on there. People was like, yo, that was a shot at Eminem. I don't know, but just wanted to tap in with all the hip hop heads out there and see, you know, the Xzibit fans, if they find this video and what their thoughts is, you know, because what did he have? He had, I forget the first album with Paparazzi, then 40 Days, 40 Nights, Restless, Man vs. Machine, where he had another, with that song Symphony in X Major, which was a collab with Dre, just not on the beat. He was featured on the track. You know, I forget the next albums or whatever, but you know, in my opinion, what a dope career this man had. A part of a lot of history from even, you know, before Lincoln with Dre and everyone, right? Working with the Liquid crew, the Alcoholics and everything. And, you know, that era though, late 90s to like 03, the apex mountain for Xzibit, in my opinion. So let me know what you guys think. Again, jump in the comments. Let's talk about all this. Him getting checked by Trady, you know, everything else. What's the difference? All that. Look forward to talking with you guys in the comments. Thanks for watching. Pimp My Ride. Come on, man. X is so much more than that, man. Flock out of here, right? It's Coffee signing out. Peace.